Hey guys, Bearded Viking Gamer here, and today is the first video of the year 2020. I hope you guys had a good Christmas and a good New Year. I took a whole week off there for the Christmas time, and now the next week is in here now, so I need to shoot this video and get this going for you guys. But it's been awesome. I want to show you guys some of the stuff that I received as gifts for Christmas, and just show you a couple of little things that I have picked up. It's freaking awesome. I hope you guys enjoy this. Okay, so first up here is for Christmas, one of the things that I received in here, my mom had a whole box of stuff for me in there because we went to a couple different houses for Christmas. And one of the items in there, game related anyways, was Dead Space 2 Strategy Guide. I don't know what it is. I've always loved strategy guides. I think it's just from being younger when that's all you had. You didn't have really the internet. You didn't have any of that stuff. You had hotlines you had to call for Nintendo. But these things, it's so fun to go back through some of these games. And Dead Space was a cool series if you guys have never played it. So, a sci-fi horror type game. I liked 1 and 2. 3 was, I don't know. I liked the first 2. But this is freaking neat. It's got all the maps and stuff on here. It even has the activate your online game pass still in here. I mean, this thing's new, and these companies aren't around anymore. Prima, they're not around doing strategy guides and stuff anymore, so it's cool to have that. I have a whole stack of stuff in the corner over here of just video game books, and I love stuff like that, like Final Fantasy and Resident Evil, things like that. I love those little strategy guides. It's so fun to go through there and do that stuff. When I was a younger kid, that's what I would do. We'd do sleepovers and stuff, and we'd get out the books and be like, okay, well, where's this thing at? And it was just so much fun. I loved that. And it's cool. You get to experience all the same stuff with your friends. Alright, so here was, I don't ever normally do this, but a little gift card for Nintendo, and this was the Nintendo game download for the Entitled Goose game. I don't know if you guys have ever played this. It's so much fun though. It's like you play as a goose, but you have a whole bunch of stuff on your to-do list that you have to do, and like take the gardener's keys and hide them and do all these different things. And as you do that, the lists start to expand more, and the map opens up even more, and you have more and more things, and it gets harder and harder and harder. Definitely surprised me. This game surprised the heck out of me. I enjoy it. The kids love it. My kids really enjoy it. I can hear them giggling all the time when they're in there trying to figure out new things and that you have to do in there. It's fun though. It's a good one in there. I really enjoy that game a lot. The Entitled Goose Game's that one. All right, and then here I've had this game for a long time. It was one of my favorite beat 'em ups on the NES. This is River City Ransom. Okay, and you go through, it's basically like a Double Dragon style, where you go through and you're beating up everybody and you're taking the coins, and you can go to the stores and buy different stuff like knuckles and things like that to continue to beat up the crew. But I saw this in here and I had to pick it up. This was River City Girls, and you play as their girlfriends. So you've been kidnapped and your girlfriends are on here, and they're going through the town now, beating them up, and it just looks freaking awesome. I love the beat 'em up style games like this. I wish they would do more of these type games. I have yet to get into this one in here. This was just a recent pickup, so I loved River City Ransom, so I know I'm going to enjoy this. Being side-by-side co-op, even just to beat up everybody, I just love that. Super fun. Alright, so here, this was a surprise. One of my coworkers and one of my buddies, Gonzo, he's bought a bunch of stuff for me in the past and here on this channel, and he surprised me here on right before Christmas here he had me meet him out in the parking lot, and he wanted to give me something, and so I met him actually after I was doing some stuff. So I actually met him up at his house, and he surprised me with Resident Evil 2 complete in box on the Nintendo 64. This is freaking awesome. I did not have this on here. Neither did I didn't have the 64 cartridge even. So super glad to have this in the collection in here. And thank you very much, Gonzo. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Super cool. It's got everything. It's got the instructions. It's got, you know, all the stuff in there. All right, and then, so my buddy Sean that same day surprised me, and he hit me out in the parking lot. And he knows I've been looking for, I'm a huge fan of the Clock Tower series. And I've loved Clock Tower 1. Now, I never got to play 2. I have 3, but I never got to play 2. I loved playing Clock Tower 1 on the PlayStation back in the day. I remember it being super crazy. The dude coming down with scissors and, you know, the clippers coming through, the hedge clippers, and then hiding from him and doing all that. Well, he surprised me with Clock Tower 2. Now I have all 3 of them. This is complete. Super excited to have this on here as well. Thank you so much, Sean. Yeah, man, I've been wanting this one for a while. Eyeballing it on there. Whew. That one's going up in price too, guys. So, I mean, if you guys can see those for anything really cheap or whatever, pick those up, because the Clock Tower 2 and 1, even for that matter. 3 is very cheap still, and I think it'll continue to be that way. They came out later down the path, but 1 and 2 are very collectible, and they're kind of jumping in price. So if you can get your hands on those, try to do it. Another Switch title here. This is one I picked up. This is My Friend Pedro, and nice little bloody shooter. Cool, you would never know just by looking at the title in here, but you're shooting a whole bunch of stuff up in here, and I've been meaning to try to play this for a while, and I just never had a copy of it. And this says it includes the stickers, a poster, reversible cover, and a download code for the official soundtrack. So that's cool. Well, we will see if I even use the soundtrack. I don't know. All right, so here was another one here. The kids are actually in the other room right now playing this as I'm filming this, and this is Bendy and the Ink Machine. All right, this is one, and it's done like the old, I don't know how to describe it, like the Cuphead type. Well, not even necessarily that. I would say like the early Mickey Mouse, things like that. You see just weird stuff like that if you look at the characters and stuff on the back of here. And you're going through this, and it says, Henry, the lead animator of the 1930s, receives a mysterious invitation from the past employer to return to the cartoon workshop where the most popular and beloved character Bendy was created. Journey into the sketchy madness of this twisted cartoon nightmare. Fight the darkness, escape the ink demon, and fear the machine. So I like that kind of stuff, the old twisted cartoon kind of look. So this is cool. This was a cheapie too. I mean, it was on sale. All right. Here was another pickup here. This was... so I got the kids a while back, Hello Neighbor, and this is the second version of it. This is Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek. So I don't know much about this one on here, but this is just another PS4 title that I have to add to the collection here. And I'm getting up there. I'm got to be getting close to 400 titles. It's getting, that collection is climbing. So I might have to redo a video for a PlayStation video on there. I know everybody liked the PlayStation 4 collection video, so I'm going to have to redo it and show some more games in there. So here was another pickup, and this is actually 2 games in one, but this is from the classic games. This is Disney's Aladdin and The Lion King on here. What's cool about this is you have the story book and stuff on the back that has all this extra stuff. So you have museum mode, rewind anytime. So if what's super hard about the Lion King ones, I mean, there was some jumps and stuff where you have to grab onto. It's almost impossible when you're cruising through. It reminds you of like a later Donkey Kong Country stages where it's just so frustrating. What's cool about this is you can just rewind. It's cheating, but you can rewind a little bit and try to do your jump. They have all that stuff on here. You have all the soundtracks and stuff are on here too. Very cool double pack for sure. And I believe it's on the Switch as well like this. So I'm super happy to have that in here. All right. So here was one that my buddy Sean had picked up for me. He used a little bit of his points and stuff that he had at one of the stores there, and he picked up for me a 64 game that I didn't have, and this was Knife's Edge, a nose gunner. And we looked this up while we were in there. I never heard of it, so we looked it up, the video footage, and you can see the helicopter kind of going through the valley and stuff as it's taking out a whole bunch of stuff. It looks kind of cool, actually. So I'm super glad he got me this. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. And then, so the big thing here is for Christmas is my wife had surprised me here, and let's see if I can even get this going up here for you. She surprised me here with a 1-up arcade machine, okay? And I was not expecting it. I can't even pick this thing up. But it is Mortal Kombat 2. It's Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat 3, all on the 1-up arcade. What's cool about this was a special Costco edition, which had a custom stool and a custom riser to lift up the arcade. So this is going to be a perfect fit for the game room here. I'm super excited to have this in here. Now I get to build this thing. I've already made a spot for it over here on this wall. So we'll have another arcade in here to go next to my Nintendo piece that was from a hospital. So it's going to be a pretty cool little setup in here. Super excited to have that. I'm super glad my wife surprised me with that. I love that kind of stuff. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.